In order to grow, you need to also come out of your comfort zone. You need to also be outspoken. You also need to have the right mentorships. And I think what's missing out here primarily are the mentorship. My name is Sampong Lada. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. And at age 8, I moved back to Thailand with my family. They put me in international school, and then I also went to international college out here at Assumption University, majored in business and advertising. Naturally, you would go to a top ad agency, but I decided to go into the PR world, promoting international brands like BMW, Volkswagen. Did that for a few years and got the opportunity to work at my dream job. So that was Warner Music Group, where I was promoting international artists all over Asia. And then my life flipped again. I got the opportunity to go back to the States. I landed in San Francisco trying to find a job in marketing and entertainment. And they were like, no, you have to work in tech out here. This is Silicon Valley. It was a little bit of a struggle because, I had a foreign resume, but through my network, I was able to land a job at Sun Microsystems. 6-7 years later, I decided to move to New York. And that's where I really got into the startup scene and started help building out marketing teams or being the first marketing person at JW Player, worked at big public tech companies like LivePerson, Magnite. After 17 plus years in tech in the States, I decided to move back to Thailand, thanks to COVID and the pandemic in some way, to be closer to family. I took a break from corporate America. I was so burnt out. I took a few months off and trying to figure out, what do I want to do? Do I want to go get a full-time job or kind of test it out and explore the scene here? And I was able to have the opportunity to consult and advise for startups in Thailand and also Singapore. And overnight, it just became a true passion of mine. I really wanted to bring my expertise, my experience into the organization and help them grow and scale. So that immediately became a business. Fast forward 8 months later, I have a handful of clients, that I'm helping, especially for me. It's been very rewarding helping the Thai talent as well too, and help growing the Thai startup companies, just because a lot of them are very homegrown, the leaders are homegrown, and there's not a lot of access to mentorship, coaches, and programs, and work processes, and above all, technologies and platforms that could really help, companies scale and grow. The big difference from outside of Thailand is probably the tech talent. But I think with COVID and the pandemic, the world has become a lot smaller because the talent has spread out to all over the world. Everybody's working remotely, but it is still, a huge difference. And I think also the culture, right? Because you also, in the States, you're working with people that already have experiences in tech. I think with Thailand, there's still a lot to be done on the culture side of things. With Thai startups, although they're looking towards, all the books and to all the videos that are done around Silicon Valley, and, this is the success of startups and how to do it. I think one of the biggest things here is to really adapt that to your organization. I think what really is key is the soft skills, right? The soft skills in building relationships, the skill set in being more considerate, being thoughtful, and being part of the culture. The culture, it starts from within. It really starts from having the right mindset, right? And having the right tools, having the right manager, having the right platforms. This is how you grow. And I think how you really grow is coming out of your comfort zone. Because these are things you've never seen before. They don't teach you in the schools, right? You have platforms that are being used all over the world and at your fingers. So you really need the trainers, right? You really need people the leaders to empower you to use them, right? And that skill alone will take you very far. And really realize that being in a startup, you can wear so many hats. You can be the COO in a few years if you do really well. It's not gonna take you 5 years. It's not gonna take you 10 years, right? Even coding these days, right? All you need is the opportunity as well too, if you wanna go in the technical side. But for non-technical, just be open-minded and realize that there is a career here. There is a career for the startups, as challenging as it is being in a startup, but you want to go through those hurdles because that's where experience really comes from, and that's how you really grow. I think one of the biggest challenges is having a strong ecosystem. And I'm not talking about funding or the ideas. There's plenty of that. I think it's really about how do we foster a huge pool of great talent. How are we elevating the new generation? And that's how the ecosystem gets stronger. When that happens, the ecosystem, the startup scene here could truly be recognized globally.